Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Friday Night Live. I'm in Denver tonight. It's about 9 p.m. Just getting into the city right now. Looks like a perfect night. This is the last weekend for this phone mount that I'm using. It's a little bit too shaky. I thought I could maybe upgrade, and it turned out to be a downgrade from my last setup. So I'm gonna go back to my last setup. But I don't have it yet, so tonight and tomorrow is still gonna be on this mount. What up, Cap? What up, Frank, Marcy, Lori, Gio, what up? Jacob says it's almost skiing time. Oh, he's right. He and I both snowboard. We went up to Mountain High a time or two together. What up, everybody? Happy Friday night. We're downtown Denver. There is a basketball game going on right now. It's the Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. We played them the very first game of the season after we won all our preseason games. Then they beat us. I think that was the very first game of the regular season. Last I checked, they were killing them. Let's hope that that continues. Welcome, everybody. Hope you all had a great Halloween. Congratulations to the Dodgers. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight. If Ellie's in the chat, or one of my mods, if you could put up the party details, I'll try to pin it. I'm gonna have a party on December 7th, which is a Sunday, Riverside, California. If you would like to attend, you have to RSVP to the email. So I'm gonna pin the email to the very top, and then I'll kind of remind you a couple times throughout the weekend. But would love for you to come hang out, say hi, hang out with some really good people. Let me beat you at a game of pool. I'm not sure if there's pool. There was pool last time. You may or may not be able to challenge me in a game of pool. What up, Jack and Neve? T. Lucero. Brandy, what up? Boo, what up? Or Bo? It is 54 degrees. I have some, hopefully, royalty-free music playing. What up, Mickey? What up, Ellie, Marcy, Laura? Ooh, thank you for putting that up. Oh, there we go. I like the second one. Replace pinned. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Ellie, for putting that up. Holiday party, December 7th. So there were people, this is the third party. We had a 80s disco party that was not this last May, the May before last. And then we had a holiday party last year in Riverside. That was fun. The outside has a lot of Christmas decorations, very festive, very chill. I thought we had good food last year at the party. We outdid, the two people that coordinated this party outdid themselves. There's gonna be really good food. I'm going to put a couple tracks down for the music, so hopefully the music will be great. I'm almost positive the music and the food are both dialed. Ooh, I'm gonna go right here. I am on somewhat of a new phone. This is the iPhone 17, the new one. I'm still not completely sold on it being better than the Samsung that I was using before, but the cameras are supposed to be really nice. From what I've seen so far, I like them. They're really great at low light, which is pretty much all we do at night. Freddie Frames, we in Denver tonight. Yep, this is Denver. We're right by the Hilton downtown. Kareem Bacons, I say D, I say O, I see D, I say D-O-D-G-E-R-S, team. Yo, what up, Kareem? Shout out to the big team. That was a crazy World Series. I was watching that last Saturday. It was very emotional. I was in LA for the Dodger win maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. That live stream is on my channel. I was there last October for the Dodger win, and that was insane. Oh, this is 16th Street right here. This is the newly opened Pedestrian mall. This dude's trying to talk to every single person that goes by. And I really wanted to be out in LA for this Halloween, but I had too many things that were going on like the day before and the day after whatever that trip would be. And I'm going to be out there 2 times in December. So I didn't go on the trip. As I was watching the World Series, I was like, oh my God, they're going to win. I wish I was there. Then as soon as they won, I was like, oh my God, I wish I was there. But I have had 2 in the last 5 years, so already spoiled. Congrats to the Dodgers. That was a great game. That was an amazing series. I think it's not better. Samsung had the best stream, steady with a great zoom. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, I do know. The stability was sort of from the last version of the app. So I'm using an app called Camerify. That one had a little bit better stability. I think it's probably a combo of that and the other phone had better stability. I'm scared where to park here. This is where it's telling me to park. People that were with me about a year ago, I parked on the tracks up there, reversed it, and then I heard the train come and it came within like 4 feet of the car. I'm in Linda's car tonight, so that would have recorded it and she would have made me rewatch it a lot. So I'm glad we weren't in that car. What up, Lisa? What up, Julie? What up, the other Julie? What up, WW? Oh, so yeah, the Samsung, the one I was using is S23 Plus. I think that it had amazing low light and it was pretty good at stabilizing. So when I would use it with the Prism app was the thing that was kind of making the reception bad. Yes, it was a weak signal in the city, but it really had a lot more to do with the app. And I found that out when I switched to this app. This is Camerify. I also really disliked how the Prism app zoomed. If you have an iPhone, you have several different, you have like the 0.5, the 1, and then whatever the zoom is. Whenever I would kind of pinch and zoom in, it would black out the screen for a second, like a hard blink, and then come back on in the new lens, and then it would have to readjust, like refocus. And that was annoying. When I was on the Samsung, it would just be one steady thing that I could zoom in really fast. I like that a lot better. What up, Amy Zeller? So glad to be alive. A deer hit my car, bounced off the hood. Oh my God. Right when you said that, it made me replay the several times that's happened to me in my life. It is so scary. I'm glad you're okay. Has anybody else in the chat ever hit a deer? I'll tell you my worst one. This is a crazy one. So my mom had a friend that was trying to sell a car, and it was I don't know if it was an actual Cadillac, but it was one of those old metal cars that had the trunk that you could fit like 6 people in, and then the hood was probably like 6 people long. Not that I was gauging it by the amount of people. That's just the only frame of reference I can think of. And we decided, it was sitting out in front of our house with a for sale sign on it. And we didn't even live in a high traffic area. So I was like, okay, how serious are we about selling this car? And we were going to go pick up a Christmas tree. I don't know if my dad decided to use that car because he didn't want to mess up our actual family car, or I don't remember. I think he was planning on putting it on the trunk because the trunk was just so huge. And we're driving on this huge stretch of road. This is in Iowa in the 80s, maybe early 90s, probably late 80s. And we're on this very long stretch, and maybe a quarter mile ahead of us, we see a bunch of deer cross the road. What up, Neil Patrick? And it was pretty far ahead of us, you know, and so we watched the, like, maybe 6 or 7 deer cross, and then another couple. So we were like, wow, that was cool. That was a bunch of them. And so my dad starts to speed up. This guy's gonna get in front of me. I knew it, bro. You suck. We started to speed up to the normal speed limit, which is probably like 55 or 60. I'm in the back seat. My sister's sitting shotgun. I think. Maybe I can't remember if I was in the back seat or sitting shotgun. Either way, I'm looking out the other side of the window because I want to see the deer that have already crossed the road and are like running. I was like, oh, I know they're right there. Maybe they stopped and they're just right there. I'm looking to my right, looking at the deer, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if my dad screamed or if my sister screamed. I look back, and there was one deer that was maybe like 5 or 6 car lengths in front of us. It was still on the other side of the road, waiting to cross, and as soon as we got close, it jumped in front of the car. The huge metal car, this is an old car, not how they make them now. This is a tank. It hit the legs of this deer, and the whole body went full force into the windshield. So loud, like the loudest bass thump ever. And then it flew off of the car. I turn around and look back, and it's now on the side of the road. My sister's 4 years older than I am. My sister just screeched at the top of her lungs. And then my dad was like, all right, calm down, please settle down. And then I think one of the reasons I remember this is because I was pretty young, but my dad was like, come on, Jeremy, we need to go take care of this. And I was like, what? Like the men are gonna need to go handle some business? I was like, okay. So we go out, and I like deer. I've always just been a fan of seeing deer. And this deer was like really hurt, and it was twitching, and it was like pretty bad, like unrecoupable. It was suffering from injuries that it was not going to come back from. And my dad was like, all right, Jeremy, we've got to put it out of its misery. And I was like, what? And so my dad, we didn't have anything, like, it's not like we had a shovel or anything. And so my dad just started like stomping kind of in the neck area. I did not help. It wasn't like a tag team. And then he, like, after it was over, he was just like, you know, that was hard for you to see, but that's the right thing to do. He's like, we needed to get it, you know, out of its misery. And I was like, okay, you know, I get that. And then this is back in the 80s, 90s. There's no cell phones. So my dad, immediately when we got to the Christmas tree place, my sister's like shaking. There's blood all over the car and whatever. We're going to do some like innocent Christmas tree shopping, and we just went through this traumatic thing. We get to the place, and my dad was like, can I use your phone? He went into the house of the Christmas tree sellers, and he called my uncle, who lived not far away, because they hunt for deer meat. They make venison, which is like deer jerky. They actually hunt to use the animal. And so my dad was like, you know, there's a fresh kill over here. There's no bullets in it. You know, you can go pick it up. And my uncle was like, cool. We got our Christmas tree. We turned around. I was like, gonna take another look because we were gonna pass by it again. It was already gone. And I was like, Dad, what happened? Like, there's no way that my uncle could have gotten here fast enough to get this. And he was like, oh, somebody was driving by. They saw that it was like a fresh kill, and they probably took it to get the meat and everything else. So it was crazy. That whole thing is just like, it's almost like if you've seen a movie 300 times, you know every detail. That's how that memory is for me. It was just so crazy. We ended up selling that car later, but every time I looked at the car, it reminded me of that. Awesome story about Jeremy's dad. That's how it is in the Midwest. Yeah, so both of my parents were born in Iowa, and both of their parents were born and lived their whole lives in Iowa. So both sets of my grandparents born in Iowa. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if my grandpa was. For sure my grandma was. And yeah, there's just a big difference, even between the Midwest, like Iowa, Chicago, Minnesota, that Bible Belt-ish area, central, and then where I'm at right now, Mountain. Mountain feels a little bit more like a hybrid of California. It's not similar to the Midwest to me. Deer burgers. Venison sausage patties are hella good if you mix in some Thai peppers and Tabasco. Yeah, there's always different seasons for hunting different things. Pheasant season and duck season. I have a friend right now who's in Canada, and they were just recently hunting. They hunt like several times a year and then put everything in deep freeze and then eat it throughout the year. Smothered venison is delicious. What is it smothered in? Gravy? Neve, how dare you? Rabbit venison? I've never had jackalope venison. I'm not a big fan of eating like rabbit or squirrel or chinchilla. Anything gamey? No. Anything gamier than just regular chicken, it's probably a no for me. Linda, one of her favorite foods is duck. So if you're ever in like a Chinatown area and you go past a restaurant that has duck, oh my God, she can't think of anything else. I remember we used to go to these different Chinese places, and I would always get the most safe thing. And just every once in a while, I would just look on the menu and be like, I want to try this. And my mom would look at me and be like, you're not going to like that. And I'd be like, no, really, I think I will. I want to try that. She's like, you're not going to like that. But pretty much every time she said that, she was right. But then I had to like pretend that she wasn't. So she would let me order some really wild stuff, knowing that I was just such a basic taste person. And then just sit there and watch me like squirm around trying to eat something I didn't like. When I was little, my grandma used to have like a roll of Ritz crackers, like a sleeve. And then she would have this tube of something, and it was called Braunschweiger. We called it Braunschweiger. And I grew up thinking that was like something that everybody ate. Like I knew that word from my earliest youth. Tasted good to me. She would always ask the kids if we wanted a cracker with that spread on it, and we were like, yeah, for sure. Later on, somebody was like, yeah, that's ground up liver. That's like pate. A bunch of mystery things ground up. I had no idea. I was just eating things that people handed to me at that point in my life. That was probably one of the big turning points that was like, I can't trust somebody just handing me something from now on. Even though at Costco, that's pretty much all I do. This street that we're on is Colfax. These dudes are going into an Ethiopian restaurant that doesn't look... Oh, they just tried the door. And they're trying the door again on a closed business. I don't know about that. That's sketchy. Trying the door just in case somebody left it open. Gee. I've seen people do that in like grocery store parking lots. Go up to the cars, try every single handle. Ooh, spice room right here. A friend of mine asked me to drive by this restaurant here in Denver. It's called Casa Bonita. And recently they went on strike. The employees went on strike. And I wanted to go by and just kind of check it out, but I don't know if they're going to be doing that late on a weekend. I'm thinking strikes are usually like prime time, daytime, so they can get some good footage for their own social media. Oh my God, dudes in the TDS is so bad in Canada. What's the TEDS? This is a huge hospital right here, National Jewish Health. This is a really big research hospital, very well known on Colorado and Colfax. Casa Bonita, oh yeah, I remember. Oh shit, where's Butters? I wasn't planning on stopping in here, but this is good times. They didn't have any line, so I think that's a sign. Oh my God, do they have a praline spoon bender? Yikes, that looks so good. Chicken bacon sandwich. Somebody's been reading my diary.
Hi, welcome in. Order whenever you're ready.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
Great. May I please have a chicken bacon sandwich with no tomato?
Chicken bacon ranch.
Yes,
No
please.
tomato.
Yes, please.
What else for you?
And that's going to be it.
Got it. I'll have that show at the front for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Does anybody remember coming here? We came here the night that we got fried ice cream for the first time. Or the first night that I discovered. Oh, and I said, this looks like Brack's dad. If anybody's ever seen that commercial or that cartoon on Adult Swim, Brack. Yeah, like as I'm holding the camera up right now, see all these little micro wiggles? Look at the very top line. That was all stabilized with the last phone. I know that the phone itself can handle that. I just don't think the app can stabilize it. I have some jalapeno cream cheese at home that's actually really hot. What's up, man?
Not much. Chicken bacon ranch, no tomato, right?
Yep.
So 863. Do you have good time rewards or no?
No.
Right. This is up for you. Give us just a second to be right
Thank you. I should have good time rewards. Oh my goodness. Who? Heidi. Member for 37 months. Have a safe night, Jeremy. Hope everyone is doing well. Oh my God. Heidi, thank you so much. 37 months is unreal. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
37 months. I can't even believe I've had memberships on for 37 months. There's only a month and a half-ish left in 2005. I know I was streaming during the COVID stuff in 2020. So it's about to be 6 years. Sonia, 23 months. I'm sorry, I missed that one too. That's epic. These are big numbers. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. No pressure, but anybody that wants to come hang out with me Riverside, California, December 7th. The info is at the top of the chat. You have to RSVP to get on the list, just so that we know who to put on the guest list, how many people to make refried beans for. If we need refried beans, we need an exact head count. I'm gonna pull over here and see if there's a good place to eat. MGW 1964, 11 months. They got me beat. Yo, thank you so much, all these memberships in here. This is the Bluebird Theater on my right. It says Zulon is here tonight. I've heard of Mulan, I've never heard of Zulon. Possibly related. Felzu, no free chat yet. I'm feeling left out. What up, Felzu? Thank you so much, man. One of the differences is where I have this mounted, I can't do the flip so that you can see me. Thank you so much to the people that, like some of these numbers, thank you for being a repeat viewer. It means a lot to me. I do it for everybody, but it means a lot to me that people would support me. So thank you so much. I used to have a lot of YouTube memberships. Almost everybody that would sub or like give a membership to me, if they were a streamer, I would sub back. And then Linda started looking at the statements and she's like, what are all these charges from YouTube? And I was like, oh, those are my memberships. And she's like, you're spending $125 a month on memberships? I'm like, not really, because these are people that sub to me. And she's like, so you're breaking even? I was like, kind of. That is the way I'm looking at it. Like, they're supporting me and I'm supporting them back. But to see that number go out, it was actually a lot more than that, because I was a little too happy on some of the donating buttons. I'm trying to reel it back in and be a little bit more responsible with my finances. And that's going okay. It's not going perfect, but it's going okay. I think this is East High School. Ooh, you see this blue? Here, I'm gonna try to pull over here. This little blue thing, this is the lighting in the car. I need to turn that off because there's a little bit of a reflection. It's something I forgot to do. I'm gonna do it right here. And park. Which one would it be? Lights. Oh, this one. There we go. Now there's not a reflection. I turned it all the way down. You can still see it if it's in the corners. I think that's acceptable. Okay, since I haven't stopped, I'll let you take a look at this. This is where we just work good times. Chicken bacon ranch. Here's what the bag looks like. Whoops. Okay, here's my normal way of eating in the car. I'll take one napkin, unfold it right here. And then I'll take second napkin. a little bit bigger and then a little bit longer. So this is the doubled up area, and this is like the hey, thank you, KD. Oh, I missed it before it scrolled up. No, hold on. Hi, Jeremy. Looking forward to seeing you. Say, hey, thank you. KD. I think KD's made every party that we've had so far. I can't wait to see you too. Thank you for RSVPing if you did. Okay. So let me back up. Okay. So I hate it when the fast food is wet on the outside. Some comedian is like, why is it always wet when it comes out of the drive-thru menu? Did you get this ready on the back of a jet ski? X'd out bacon. I wish I could touch it and redistribute that bacon, but I don't really want to touch it. That's what an $8 chicken sandwich looks like in 2025. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be worth it. Boop. Okay, here's first bite. Mmm. Their bacon is so good. Who else is coming to the party? This is 17th Street. I'm gonna try not to get lost over here. Usually when I go left over here, I get lost. They use a super-powered microwave steam convection oven to cook those fast and hot. I always assumed it was some like air fryer-ish looking thing. Linda and I both know a fast food tip. Like we do a lot of mobile orders. Always customize something. Like if you go to McDonald's, say add extra pickles or something, even if you're going to take them off, because then they'll make it fresh. If you just order some generic thing, you run the risk of it maybe being wrapped up and sitting there for hours. And then when I'm at Buc-ee's, I take the pulled pork sandwiches out of the very back because those are the ones that they just made. So I'll get either chopped brisket or most of the time I'll get either whole brisket or chopped brisket. But I'll reach to the back and grab the hot, fresh ones out of the back. I wanted to, but I may be solo. Oh, you should come if you're solo. These parties, really, you don't need it. It's not like a school dance. Trust me. It's very inclusive. I know people may be apprehensive about going somewhere by yourself. Don't be apprehensive about coming to this party by yourself. Humboldt 707, thank you for the membership, bro. And thank you, Ellie. Ellie's letting me know I'm missing these, and she's letting me know. Oh no, there's a ghost over here. Look. See how there's somebody standing on the right? There's nobody over here that I see. Unless there's somebody like in the trees or something right here. Whoa. That might have been my first ghost. It caught this guy. He's a real guy right here. Whoa. See, that's what I like/dislike about the Tesla. Ignorance was kind of bliss. I didn't realize how many ghosts were just like chilling at these intersections. The Tesla keeps reminding me. Like a graveyard out here. Thank you, Jeremy, Ellie, for being so nice. Great channel. Hey, Humboldt, thank you, bro. Humboldt is a mod at our after party, which is Waves of the World on YouTube. If you're not subbed over there, please go sub. That's where we do our web surfing after party. What up, R.A. Clark? Michael Myers standing behind the clothesline in the yard. Another thing I miss about LA, I have a friend that he works at Universal Studios. So he always gets front of the line passes for Halloween Horror Nights. And he took a couple of my other friends, and I looked at the pictures, and even though it's stuff I've done a lot, it doesn't matter how many times I've done it, I still love to go to Halloween Horror Nights. One of the best haunted houses. John, Joe, Jeremy be finding ghosts tonight. It's cool how many parts of Denver still look old. There's a lot of new and old mixed in. Maybe that's any city in 2025, but I'm in the home stretch on this sandwich. You can probably hear me chewing. I really needed a little pick-me-up. Jeremy, you should find a graveyard and drive through. Aren't graveyards closed at night? I mean, we used to park outside of the graveyard and then maybe or maybe not hop a fence to get in, but I don't think you could just drive in. They want to make it harder for the robbers. Yes, because people are dying to get in. Hold on, I had a joke. Let me see if I can remember it. Did anybody learn any new jokes over Halloween? Where I grew up in Iowa, you had to have a joke in order to get candy. If you just showed up at somebody's house and rang the doorbell, they'd be like, yes, may I help you? And you just hold open a pillowcase. They're like, no. If you didn't have a joke, maybe they'd supply you with one, but you had to have a joke. And that was why people wanted to stay home and give out candy. Number one, to see the costumes, but number two, to hear all these jokes. And then you'd say a generic joke, like, what kind of beer did trees drink? Root beer. And then the person's like, yeah, I've heard that 5 times tonight. Here you go. One mini candy bar. But if you made them laugh, then they would, like, give you a whole mitt full. I forgot to ask Linda if she heard any good jokes. Or she probably didn't, because kids nowadays just really... The parents didn't raise them on giving the jokes first. Neve has some great jokes. I forgot what the channel's called. There's a YouTube thing I sometimes pops up on my feed, and it's 2 people that tell dad jokes to each other and try to get the other one, or you try not to laugh at the other person's joke. I can't think of what the channel's called. Super funny. Joey Diaz walking around in sheets with holes cut out with the eyes scamming for twins. 1 year in Colorado, I was handing out candy with my mom. We opened the door and there were two grown dudes standing there. And as we opened the door, they were both looking behind my mom, like into our house. And my mom was terrified. She was like, they didn't make eye contact with me. They didn't look at the candy. They were just like casing the house. Hey, 707. Thank you so much, bro. Upgraded to my gallon. A gallon. Homer Reed LTE. Humboldt 707. Thank you so much, bro. Alright, chicken sandwich officially downloaded. And I feel good. The Wu-Tang Life member for 22 months. Yo, thank you for all the member love tonight. Wu-Tang Life, thank you. 22 months. Maybe we'll walk around on 16th Street a little bit. I did bring a hat and gloves, maybe. Also, I need to check the score of the basketball game. 'Nuggets 91, Warriors 73, and that's at the end of the third quarter. I like that. We're almost up by 20. We're up by 18. That's good. Going into a fourth quarter. Could we still lose? Absolutely. That's encouraging, though. One of the things that I had to do right at the beginning of November, Linda and I went to a Nuggets game. I usually look on either Game Time or TickPicks and find some like $12 to $18 tickets that are decent. And Linda likes to sit directly across from the huge screen that's above the floor. And if she can't see that screen, she has not as good of a time. And so both of us, I just like being in the building. Oh, here's Sam's number 3. Linda and I tried this we tried it right after her birthday. She got the French toast and I got the biscuits and gravy. And that was paid for by members of the chat. Brandon and Felzu got the tip. Right here, Sam's number 3 diner. When you're in that diner, they really don't want you to forget that it was on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives or something like that. Last time I was in Burbank Airport, I ate at a Guy Fieri's burger place, and it was actually really good because they put like half a stick of butter into the burger. Pretty much every time they over butter something, I like it. Oh my God, this is the parking spot I was gonna go for. That dude on the left, there was just like a big ol', there was an empty meter. He and I saw it at the same time. Ooh, this might be a second one. Yeah. Okay. Good enough. I think we should get out. Ooh, thank you to Felzu. I thought I saw you on the Broncos game broadcast yesterday. Was that you? That was not me. I was... first part, I was at my house And then the second part, Linda and I went to play pickleball, and I took my little iPad and watched the rest of the game from the iPad. I wish it was me. I was commenting to Linda as I was watching it. I was like, I'm so happy that we went to the preseason game because I don't see you being outside in the weather and having a good time. Thank you, Dawn RV Destinations, for the membership. Yo, thank you. I missed that. Thank you so much. The burger joint from my hometown was on that show. It went downhill since. Okay, so I'm going to walk us around a little bit. It is a little cold, but I think I can handle it. I'm going to put you on the gimbal. It's a little bit better than just me holding it. I think the gimbal's actually better than the car at this point, so have fun. This clamp, I have a case that the gimbal doesn't love, but it's okay. It's actually kind of level. I'm gonna take the other phone too. We got the frunk, we got the frunk. All right, let go. If anybody was with me for the Halloween stream, I was having an issue where I was streaming and then the phone would take over the, it was acting like I was making a phone call. And as I was driving into Denver, it started doing that again. Kind of glad it did it because it reminded me that it was doing it. And I had to turn my Bluetooth off. And when oh God, oh shoot, did you see that? I knew that bike guy was gonna go right in front of that car. I thought the car was gonna jump it. When I turned off the Bluetooth earlier, it came up with a message and said, you will not be allowed to drive the car with Bluetooth off because the iPhone is the key for the car. So I had to disconnect one. So there's two different things that connect on the Bluetooth. There's the car key, and then there's like if you want to take a phone call in the car. And so that's what I did. I kept the phone key on, and then I turned off everything else that has to do with Bluetooth. We used to skate on these when I was little. We used to ollie up, try to do like a little manual behind this, come back out over here. Only thing you have to worry about are these lights. There's a cover on it, but still, it's like bumpy. I have a hat, but I didn't bring it. I don't think we need it. We're supposed to get our first snow flurries tonight. Oh, fun. The other night, Linda was saying, oh my God, it's gonna snow soon. She sounded kind of upset about it. And then last night as we were driving, I was like, oh, this is gonna look so cool. Because probably 75% of the trees have lost their leaves. And the cycle is all these leaves will be green. Then it will turn yellow, then it will turn orange, then it will turn red, then they'll just fall off. So this one's already in the red and falling off. This one's between yellow and turning mustard orange. Or mustard, Dijon mustard. Oh yeah, this is Rock Bottom Brewery. This used to be a big thing in Colorado. Rock Bottom. And I think now they've just had so many other cooler breweries open. I don't like that they play loud music, but it's okay. There was a dude right there filming that I just walked by. The gimbal looks like it doesn't like my phone case. This is a new projection I haven't seen on this building. It's like a city scene. When I was in San Francisco, I was working on this Samsung commercial. It was for the demo video that plays at like Best Buy or Costco before you buy the TV. And they wanted all these specific scenes. One of them was like close-ups of a cat. One of them was hot air balloons. That was the coolest one to do. But one of the scenes was they wanted taxi cabs kind of shot from the air. And so we had to rent all these taxi cabs. We were in San Francisco. I think it was Bakersfield or something like that was the place that they had these. There's a cop driving down 16th Street right here. Where they had the taxis for rent. I think it was Central California. So we had to pay for them to drive up. And then once they got to San Francisco, we had to pay for them all to get washed. And it was crazy. A lot of them were like decommissioned. I don't know why. Well, he probably had these taxis to rent out for that specific purpose, but it was just a cool shoot. And then for the hot air balloon day, we rented all these hot air balloons, and it was like 4 different people that had hot air balloons, and they had a big rope hanging down from the basket of the hot air balloon. So we would film and get our shot, and then they would say, all right, everybody back to the first spot. And then they would throw down these ropes, and then dudes would come in the truck and grab the rope from the truck and pull the hot air balloon back into position, which was like the first area where we were filming. And then we rented this crane called an eagle's nest, which is like one of the highest ones that you can go up in. It just has a little basket at the top. And then we filmed these hot air balloons being like level with them. It was such a cool shoot. It was over by Folsom Prison in NorCal. I just saw some hearts. Let me check. I think maybe we had some membership activity. Felzu, I got that one. Thank you for all the hearts. I don't know if I missed something. What up, Todd? What up, Neil? Sonia? We aren't supposed to get any accumulation. The first accumulating snow is... I just blew out my... Well, I didn't. I just scheduled and paid somebody to blow out the sprinkler system. I think I only mowed like 4 times the whole season. Linda bought me this... I don't even know if you can call it a lawnmower, but it's basically like a weed whacker that attaches to this 4-wheel thing. It kind of turns it into a lawnmower, but the whole apparatus that's chopping is just a weed whacker. At first I was like, oh, this is such a cool idea. I'm not sure why people don't use these. I don't know why I haven't seen this before. It's because it took me like 4 hours to do a mediocre job. Like, even after I was done, it wasn't a good job by anyone's standards. And then one of my neighbors came, so I wasn't just gonna do mine because I live on a block with several other people, like townhomes. I wasn't just gonna do my own, and so I did my neighbors. And one of my neighbors came out to thank me, and I was like, don't thank me yet. You haven't seen the final product. It might not be good. She ended up like agreeing. She was like, yeah, I spoke too soon on the thank you. You just did like the bare basic job on this. But in my defense, the string kept breaking. Like, the grass was so heavy that the weed whacker string, like every 4 minutes or so, the string would break. And then also I discovered that a lot of my neighbors that walk their dogs at night left a lot of buried treasure. I don't know if it's treasure. It was more like poop. A lot of rabbit poop and a lot of dog poop. Welcome to 16th Street. The Daniels and Fisher Tower. The Clock Tower Cabaret. I've never heard of this. Clock Tower Cabaret. Maybe there's like a little club. This is 15 times zoom. That's why it's so shaky. Looks like you can maybe party in here. Overlook Hotel, Shining style. Ooh, here are two cops. The mall's looking super safe. That's a RTD transit cop. This one, RTD transit cop. Not sure if that's, well, they're real cops, but probably just like the highest level of Paul Blart mall cop. Still, that looks like fun, just riding all slow up and down the Ped Mall. Nice benches that aren't ruined by all the skateboarders yet. Two motorcycle bike cops just pulled up on the other side. Let's go take a look at their bike. Looks like they're responding to something. Yep, they're looking in this window. They're investigating a crime. All right. Oh, the alarm's going off. Just very politely, the cop was like, yeah, your alarm's going off. And this is a bank. This is the time of the year where some like Die Hard stuff goes on. Never forget Nakatomi Plaza, 1987. Actually, I don't know when the date was. I just know it was Carl Winslow. This is where the alarm's going off. Oh, and those cops just drove by. Here's another cop right here. And then there's the free bus right behind the cop. Oh, this dude on the scooter is kicking the girl next to him. It's called landmines. Oh, the cops are already leaving. Let's see them get on the bikes. Another cop right here. Free bus getting ready to pass right here.
Downtown Seattle, like this is.
Thank you to Paul. Dang, time goes by quick. 32 months. Paul G, thank you, bro. Oh no, copyright strike coming in. Okay, here we go. Here's the rollout. Roll out. I can still hear the alarm going off. That was like the first step of the Ocean's 11. All right, we have 15 minutes to drill into the safe after first contact. Kind of sounds like the beeping from a car parking garage. Thought it would be colder than this. This is like cop. This looks like a real cop right here. Cop number 6. They slowed down when they saw me. I do look sketchy though. I gave him this look. Oh, and they haven't moved yet. They're still sitting here. They're just waiting for my criminal activities to resume. Nope, I'm shy with my activities. Dang. Later on, we'll conspire as we drink by the fire. And then we'll frolic and play the Eskimo way. What is this? It's inviting me to step into the zone. Okay. Get in the zone. I'm here. Oh, I'm trying to catch the, I'm trying to catch them. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Glizzies dropping, sunglasses. They look like watermelon. Crispy sock. We got ice cream, popsicle, glizzy, popsicle, beach ball. Oh, I'm leaning. Oh, I'm coming back. I'm leaning. Yeah. So it's mocap. It's motion capturing me. Meet someone new today. Oh, heck yeah. Cloud Blaster. I'm gonna try one more. We'll see what this game is. Step up. Oh, I think I just need to miss the sun. Or maybe I need to get the sun. Step up. All right, I'm up. Oh, I'm doing both with both feet. Oh, I see. It's like Pong. Oh, it's like Pong. I'm going to try to do both. Oh, that one's done. I'll just do this one. No. All right, I'm just doing... Oh, it tricked me on the left. Yeah. We are right behind the Pedestrian Mall. Ooh, there's the moon. And then here's a UFO right by the moon. Oh my gosh, look how fast it's going. What is that thing next to the moon? We only have one moon, right? What's that little second moon doing? That's pretty. The moon is lighting up those clouds right there. I went inside of this one night. See how there's a lock on the end? I crawled in, even though I'm claustrophobic. And I made it about to this little section right here. And then when I got home that night, I put the wash on extra rinse. because it smelled like extra urine in there. Denver paramedics. A lot of first responders on this mall. I kind of wanted to catch the free bus. Oh, here's the changing color of the leaf right here. So the green is August, the yellow is September, the orange is October, and then the brown is November. Yeah. Oh, here's the free bus right here. It's going the wrong way though. Oh, that was a lady eating a Tootsie Pop. We might have been separated at birth. That's what I wish I was doing right now. Putting mileage on a Tootsie Pop. This leaf looks tie-dyed. You know what? That girl that we just passed with the Tootsie Pop, she's going to circle down there and come back. We'll catch her on the flip. He got a loan from his mom. This is the bank that was going off right here. Ooh. This is one of my favorite electrical box paintings. I like how they did the eyes. Oh, this dude's roller skating. How 80s of him. Oh my God, he's doing tricks. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Boop, boop, beep, 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 beep. He's moonwalking. Moonwalking on the sun. Barefoot with shades on. What's Gusto? Is it like a credit business? Kind of looks like a banking card or something. Oh man. I'm gonna mute the sound because they're playing music, but I want to show you this cow over here. I'm gonna mute it right now. This is why I have it muted. This place is playing EDM, this crepe shop right here. I might try to get on this bus. This is right by our tie-dye tree right here. We have the back all to ourselves.
The doors are closing.
We got the cops following us back here. Cops are trying to keep up. They could see me in there. Yeah, like we knew this dude was nefarious. Free bus on this pedestrian mall. Free mall ride RTD. Oh, and there's the projector on the back. Trippy. Someday I'll try to take us up here, and then we'll look up and down the mall. And this goes down maybe another 5 or 6 blocks. This is the phone that we're live streaming on right now, the 17 Pro. And the phone itself has really good stabilization, but you have to be in the actual phone app. So the reason it's still doing that little shakiness, it's because of the app that I'm using. And after the last stream, I went onto Reddit and looked at a bunch of forums, and it was just people complaining about it. When are you going to update the stabilization? Still waiting for that update. Turtlebutt, I only had my car broken into once, and it was surprising since I'm in a pretty low crime area. I didn't have much value inside. My worst ever, I've had my car broken into several times. My worst ever was down here. I worked in a skyscraper. It was this building that my friends and I always called it the Tetris building. It's a building that kind of looks like a stair step at the top. And I was coming back from the office, and I parked in one of the, so we weren't that far away from Coors Field, the baseball stadium. So I parked in one of the overflow parking lots there, and then I would walk over to work. On my way back, I turned the corner into like the little parking area where I was parked, and I saw a window, like a passenger window that was broken out, and there was a piece of tint holding the pieces of the window together. And I remember turning the corner, and I was like, oh my God, somebody's gonna have a horrible night. They just got off work. They're gonna come over and see that their car's just been broken into and it's just wide open. I take like another 5 steps. I look over, and I'm like, because my car was heavily tinted too. I was like, wait, why does it look like my window's down? It was because the window was not in anymore. And I had the same thing. The tint caught a lot of the broken glass. I had a subwoofer box in the back. 2 12-inch subwoofers with an amp in the middle of the box. It had neon light on it, so you could see, even at night, you could see the speakers bumping. But the worst part, I was in school at the time and they took my backpack that had all of my books in it and almost $800 for my college books, and they took my backpack. It was no good. And it was in the middle of winter, so I had to drive back with nothing on that window, and it was so cold. Thank you so much, Jack and Neve. John Hicks had his car broken into, and they took his bike. No! Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's horrible. Oh my God. Well, I do know if anybody has extra bikes, it's John. That dude had so many bikes, but that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. There's somebody walking by the car. We can see him at every angle. Here, let me move this up. All right, we're gonna drive around a little bit more. They took his favorite E-Ride 3. No! Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's horrible news. I don't even think that's a symptom of California. I think that's everywhere. That's horrible. Really sad. He's such a cool guy. He is. He has such a even hanging out with him off stream, very positive, very upbeat person. I'm a good vibes person, so when someone's got good vibes, it's all over my radar. Oh my God, I knew this dude was gonna pop out in the road like that. Bruh. I had my stereo and subwoofer speaker, one big stolen, about $3,000. Oof. The other part that was crazy about mine, it was called a band pass box. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but there's a piece of plexiglass in the middle, and then I had a little neon light so that you could see, like you'd open up the trunk area, the hatch, and you could see the speakers bumping. It was like a turquoise blue light in there. I knew, because I'd known so many different people that, you know, you hear bass in their car and then people just know, okay, that's the new target. We had bolted it from underneath the car. And I remember opening up the back hatch and just seeing the washers and the bolts and just thinking to myself, like, how long did they spend here stripping this car down? Like, it took me hours. It took me like the better part of a weekend to get all that stuff in. It had to have been more than one person, like, teaming up, I would think. I've only stolen a couple things in my life, usually like when I was a really, really little kid, and just the amount of stress and just everything that follows it, just everything gets burned into your memory, ends up being not worth it. But I never really took anything in my adult years. In my high school years, everybody used to take the face off of their stereo because stereo theft was a big deal. And you would hope that when they did break into your car to steal your stereo, they were gentle with how they got it out. Because sometimes they would like hack into your dash and like really crowbar it out in a sloppy way. And so sometimes you were just relieved, like, okay, they didn't damage a lot of stuff in the theft of the stereo. But I graduated in 1998. The videos that I have of being in high school, the guys have their stereo face on the desk. So there's like a little, plastic case that you put the face of your stereo in, Maybe you had Blaupunk or Alpine, JBL maybe. I had Blaupunk because I was cheap. And then I had, I think, a Rockford Fosgate amp. Ooh, it's pretty dead. It's 10:25. And it's Friday night. The only people out here are the bacon wrapped hot dog homies. Whoa, is it really that? It feels so early. Oh, bike. Oh, I thought the bike guy was going to run it. Instead of running the light, he turned into the bike lane and went like head on with the... Oh no, he's going the right way. The other guy was going the wrong way. I haven't driven this car in the snow yet. And I'm hoping that since it's so heavy that it's still very manageable in the snow. Also, our FSD ran out in this car. When we bought the car, they gave us full self-drive for 3 months for free. And that's run out. Oh, look at the two people on the scooter right here. So we will not be doing full self-drive tonight. I don't think we'll pick that feature back up until maybe April. Something like that. Oh, thank you, Wendy Cookie. We're a member for 19 months. What up, Wendy? Thank you for the membership. This is the train station here, Union Station, right off of Wazee Street, or 1 block west of Wazee, or east of Wazee. Wendy, thank you so much. I'm checking on the score of the basketball game. And the final score, 129 to 104. The Nuggets bested the Golden State Warriors. Golden State has a really good team right now. They picked up Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. Ooh, this might be the thumbnail right here. Who was with me on Halloween night? We saw the Epstein files out here. That ended up being the thumbnail. The dude had like a super high pitched voice. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm the Epstein files, just trying to get free." And then like 2 government evil henchmen jumped in and he's like, "No!" I don't think anybody besides the government is going to see those files. I think that's done. Jeremy, can we please buy memberships with iPhones? It's not me. It's not me that's restricting that. If you go to my Linktree, so if you go to my YouTube page, there's a Linktree link, and I believe on that page there's a URL there to my membership area. I think that's what I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's that the iPhone doesn't have the button that clicks subscribe, but if you go to the actual link, you can do it. Oh, thank you so much, Ellie. Ellie just put up the Linktree. I think, I'm not 100% positive, but I think if you go to that link and then you click on YouTube memberships, I think it takes you to the actual membership page of YouTube, which iPhone restricts, which is just so crazy. Joe's Lawn and Snow, what up, bro? Like I said, I have nothing bad to say about him. It's just not for me. I'm not sure who that's talking about. Oh. The memberships help a lot. it's like a couple $100 a month that helps me justify to my wife that it's worth me coming out. When I was in New York, I live streamed twice, and there were a bunch of people trying to get a hold of me. I think the Nuggets game might have just let out, and these are the people all walking across. I think that's what's happening. That week or so that I was in New York, I was so tired because I was seeing a lot of friends. I don't get out to the East Coast a ton. I was lucky enough to get to do a ride along with Adam. His page is LLNNYC, and got to see how his whole scanner setup worked and what it was like chasing calls in New York. Oh, smart. This person's having their mom pick them up after the game. I almost brought the Jeep out tonight. Linda was out playing pickleball, and I was getting everything ready for a Jeep cruise, and then I heard the garage open up. So I pulled an audible and we jumped in the battery. Ooh, no. I was gonna try to go straight, but I'm gonna drive us through the ball arena crowd, I think. We can look at some fans. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday night. We are cruising in downtown Denver. If you just saw me out of the car, that was because we were on 16th Street Mall, which is the pedestrian mall. Probably one of my favorite places to hang out downtown Denver. It was under construction for several years, and then I think just recently they announced that the construction was done. Looks really good. All right, here are some of the people leaving the game. These are all the fans leaving Ball Arena. Look how tinted her windows are. Look at the difference. This front windshield is tinted as well. Look at the difference, half and half right here. She wanted the Tupac tint so nobody could look in and see what we were doing. Is Ellie in the house? Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we should just stay downtown and wait for the crowds to come to us. That's what I think we'll do. Instead of taking a right here, I will just go straight.
It's like a
Whoa, that guy went way too fast after that. Oh, what a good parking spot. That's the perfect parking spot, bro.
It worked out.
He said it worked out. It certainly did, sir. It most certainly did. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Oh yeah, this is a better idea. We'll just chill down here, and then we'll wait for the tsunami of people to come to us. Jeep has more of a vista, it's true. I like the Jeep a lot. It's a little bit more expensive to cruise in. There are a lot of advantages though. This is STK to the right. See that red bowl? STK. One of the cool things about moving back here, I was a huge Denver sports fan just by myself in Southern California. I'd put on the jersey of like the Avalanche hockey team or basketball and just be by myself. And now, if I don't have tickets to a game, I could just come downtown, watch the game with like 40 or 50 other fans pretty much anywhere I went that has TVs. Actually, I'll take a right here. We'll go down by Larimer. Larimer is a really good place to party for any Denver sports stuff. Larimer Square. And this is also whenever the Denver teams win a championship, Avalanche, Nuggets, Broncos, this area that we're in right this second, this is where people drive from all over to meet up, to honk their horns and high five and party. And so they always block off the exit ramps to get into the city because they don't want people just like piling downtown. So you have to sneak in from like a little side street. But the next championship that Denver wins, this is where I'm going to be standing. If you can't find me, this is probably where I'm going to be, right here. Oh, thank you so much, Ellie. 10 gifted subs in here. I'm going to see who got them. Captain Caveman, the great name. Debbie Rice, Jennifer Salty, Pons Pose, yeah, GC BS9, Man-Made Hustler got one. Mr. and Mrs. Jam Sandwich, I love that name. Death Ranger, cool name. But what are you saying got one. And Raider Nation, yes. Raider Nation, sorry about that ending on Thursday. The Raiders were up 7-0, or no, 7-7 at half. And then I think it ended up being 7-10 final. But the Broncos played like caliente basura. Very poor effort. But the Raiders are our rivals, so we had to pull it out at the very end. Good night, Julie Cohen. Julie, thank you for hanging out with us. Missed the gifted again. Sherry Muntz, what up? You're going to get one. Thank you so much, Ellie, for doing that. Undisputed membership gifting patron in the chat. I don't think anybody will ever beat Ellie. Oh, this is Sage right here. I think this is like a, I think it may be like an architecture business. Somebody can look it up. Sage, I think it's in entertainment. We're right around the corner from Ball Arena. Linda calls it Ballerina. Ballerina. Boo Raiders. So I try not to buy a lot of things on Facebook Marketplace, but I did buy something the other night. Here, I'll try to look it up and show you. There was a gentleman in Colorado that was selling some old posters, like some 90s posters. And I looked through everything that he had for sale, and it was like, basically he was dismantling his man cave. And he had two different posters that I really wanted. I got them each for $10. And let me see if I can find them. The younger version of me like would have been so happy. And let's see. Okay, this is the first one. It's a huge Bo Jackson black and blue poster. It's huge. I don't know if you could tell from the picture, but it's like almost the size of a doorway. I was a huge Bo Jackson, Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott. I loved the Raiders back in the day just because of Bo. I was a huge Bo Jackson fan, still huge fan. And then when I looked through the other posters that this guy had, he had one other one. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, I have to go through this dude's like whole... Oh, here's the other one I got. So this is a 97 poster of Peter Forsberg. Look how big this one is too. And it says Iceberg. This is my favorite Avalanche player of all time, Peter Forsberg. So I'm gonna have that huge Iceberg poster and then the Bo Jackson poster. I'm gonna put them both in my garage, because I don't think my wife would let them inside of the actual house. Near perfect condition, always had framed. So both of them are framed. The frame is worth more than $10. But these are original posters from the 90s. From two of my heroes. Forsberg was so good. Yeah, my mom and I went to a Avalanche game. She got some tickets from a coworker, and we went, and I think it was back when it was McNichols Arena, so I don't think it was at Pepsi Center, but somebody behind us spilled a large drink, and my mom was wearing sandals, like full wrap sandals, not like slides, but you know, sandals, and her whole foot got soaked. I think it was maybe just one foot got soaked with this person's drink. And then when she would walk, it would make like a squeaking noise because of the water like logged into the sandal. But then also I think she was just leaving one footprint. Peter Forsberg was a favorite player, but I moved on to Hayduk. Oh, that's awesome. I actually got to meet Milan Hayduk. He was at a, one of my friends had a benefit a couple months ago, and Milan Hayduk was one of the people that helped run the charity benefit. And he had a bunch of his old jerseys, and he donated some stuff, but he's such a nice guy. I didn't realize he was close to my age. I'm 46. I think he was like 48 or something. All right, I'm leaving this area. I don't think it's going to be worth waiting there to go. Just see people in the parking lot. My favorite group was when the Avalanche had Deadmarsh, Hayduk, Drury, Sakic, Forsberg, Waugh. Deadmarsh was our fighter guy. Every hockey team needs to have one bruiser, like fighter dude. And then we ended up trading him to the Kings, LA Kings, and we got Blake. And I think we gave up Deadmarsh and I can't remember. The other person that we gave up ended up being their like general manager now. I can't think of who it was. We went to Safeco when it was first open, and I'd never been to a game like that. A girl behind me dumped her full beer down my back. T. Lucero. Oh my God. That's like a $8 beer on your back. Drury. No, I love Drury. Foote. Adam Foote. F-O-O-T-E. Adam Foote. Brody. What up, bro? What up, Brody? Hold on, I'm gonna try to get around this car. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Whoa, look at all the people crossing up there on the right. So Linda and I went to the Nuggets game on the 4th. It was the Nuggets versus the Sacramento Kings. And the Kings have 2 ex-players that were on our team last year. One of them is Sarkic, S-A-R-K-I-C, Sarkic, something like that. Young dude that we didn't play very much. He was like a rookie. And then Russell Westbrook, who I didn't mind having on our team. A lot of people call him Russell Westbrick because he throws up a lot of bricks. He's a living legend. He was originally drafted by the Seattle Supersonics the year that they sold the team to the Thunder. And then they had Durant, Westbrook, and and Harden. And together they looked like they could win a championship early on for the Thunder. And then the end of last season, the Denver Nuggets told Russell Westbrook, don't re-sign with us. And he's like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, don't re-sign with us. We have no intention of playing you. So if you do want to play basketball, sign up with a team that will play you, because that's not us. And so they interviewed him and they asked him, like, because he got a really warm reception with the fans. And so one of the Denver podcast places, interviewed him. And they were like, oh, do you miss being in Denver? And he was like, yeah, but the management told me not to re-sign. And the reporter is like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, they asked me not to re-sign my contract, and so that's why I'm not here. And everybody knew that last season. He unfollowed the Denver Nuggets all of a sudden. People were like, oh, that's bad. Love the Avalanche talk. They traded Miko, and I think he went to the Stars. Dallas Stars. I wish he was still on the team. He was such a good player. Seattle's getting a team back in 2 to 3 years. I didn't know that. That's incredible. That's well deserved. The last year that the Avalanche won, we had a really good looking team, and there was a guy who played for a long time on a Boston hockey team. His name was Ray Bourque, and they just couldn't take him to the promised land. He never got his name on the Stanley Cup. And so we ended up taking him on our team, and we pushed him over the edge and got him his only championship. Happy birthday, November peeps. Oh, absolutely. What up? Happy early birthday, Sonia. Yes. I was so happy when Bork won. Me too. That was crazy. That was the year that I came down to Larimer Square, and we got tear gassed and shock bombed, and both were no fun. I parked over by Coors Field, and when we got back to the car, we opened the doors and got tear gas inside the car. So as we were driving away, we were just burning. And there were people like slapping on the windows, like, let us in. It was like zombie apocalypse. We're like, no, we can't open the door and let more tear gas in. The concussion grenades, though, the shot grenades, just so crazy. You feel just this wave go over your whole body. It's nuts. Wu-Tang Life, Seattle and Vegas are the next NBA expansion teams. I didn't know that. That's awesome. They both need a team. Too bad Iggy couldn't win one with the Avs. I agree. What was a Wade Boggs? That was a Wade Boggs moment. A Boston legend finally winning elsewhere. Awesome. Yeah, that was amazing. That was a good run. And then they won the Avs won, I think, in 2022. with McKinnon. And my favorite new player, Cale Makar. Miko was so good, but Nikis is so much better. Yeah, I like him too. Maybe we should take a left with everybody right here. Yeah, we're gonna go left. Hold on. Oh my God, bro. Cale Makar is my favorite player. Yeah, he's mine too. I have a sticker on my bathroom door. It says, "Dude, where's my car?" And it looks like, "Dude, where's my car?" Dude, where's my car? Happy birthday to Sonia. Happy birthday to all the November birthdays. Any LA streams soon? Yeah, there's 2 LA streams soon. One of them is going to be at the beginning, probably the beginning of November, around the Christmas party time, which is going to be like December 7th-ish. That weekend, probably before or after, I'll probably do like a LA live stream. And then probably toward the end of December too, I'll be in LA and probably do one then too. So definitely 2 different LA live streams coming up, probably both in December. There is something that's going to be bringing me back to California more, and I'm super excited about that. In 2026, I'm going to be back in California way more than 2024. Oh, there's a Jeep SRT passing me on the left right here. Oh no, it's a Durango. Okay. I just heard the alarm going off on that bank. That was the one that we passed earlier when the alarm was going off. This is the Tabor Center downtown. Seems like everybody in Denver knows where this is, Tabor Center. Oh, and very close to here is where they're going to have the ice skating rink. We saw it a couple times last year. There's an ice skating rink every year in front of Crypto.com Arena, like right between Crypto and Peacock Theater. It used to be Staples, between Staples and LA Live, but now it's Crypto and Peacock. Oh, thank you to Candyland. Hello, homies. I changed my handle from Golden Age to Candyland. Candy from Florida. That is cute. Candy, thank you so much. Candyland. I like that. From Golden Age to Candyland. I need to say it a couple times so I can lock it in. Jeremy is in the Jeep, right? The vibe is different. No, I'm not in the Jeep tonight. This is still in the Tessie. Linda calls this the Tessie. I call it the Battery. We are battery tonight. And then this place right here, see the golfer projected on the wall right there? That's a place called Holy Moly. It's like a miniature golf type bar, I think. Does anybody know about those? Holy Moly? There's a ping pong bar. It has some really creative pun name. But there's a bar that has like a ton of different ping pong tables. You can go in and eat and play. And then there's a place north of here called Chicken and Pickle. You can get really good like chicken. I'm a big chicken sandwich, chicken tenders guy. You can get good rotisserie chicken everything, but then there's pickleball too. Chicken and pickle. Linda and I are gonna have a little get together with some friends, and so Linda's gonna go to Costco. They sell they sell chicken and pickle discount cards. So you pay $70 or $80, but you get two $50 gift certificates. It's probably $79.99 for $100 worth. But we do that for Top Golf, Chicken and Pickle. I don't think they have one for Putt Shack yet, but when they do, we'll get it at Putt Shack. But I almost did drive the Jeep tonight. I just didn't at the last second. I have to park the Jeep outside. Linda's car gets the garage spot. And so when I take the Jeep, I have to take it to the car wash first. Oh, here are the tour buses that are probably for the venue that's to my upper left. When we go by there, I'll try to see who is playing tonight. Thank you again, Ellie, for the 10 gifted. Thank you for making new members in here. I have a lot of content in my members only section. So if you just became a member or got gifted a membership, please go check out that area. 54 degrees, almost 11 o'clock. Did you hear that little sound? It has a green light sensor. It sounds like when an elevator door opens. It's like bong. Whoa. Those ladies were dressed like ladies of the night. What are you guys doing? Are you making 2 lanes into 1 lane? This is the car that just doesn't know what's happening. This is the Pennsylvania driver. Oh, maybe there's a little crash right here. Yeah, I think maybe they crashed. Oh, they did. They crashed. I've dreamed of this love for so long. This is the area that gets muy spicy. But I think it's a little too early right now. These are the people that are gonna start the spiciness in the club. Oh, this dude's checking the ID right here. Let's see if he finds any fake IDs. On my phone, so the other thing about this app, the chat freezes a lot. And the last comment on the screen says, it's from Ellie, and it says, Turtle Butt, I had an iPod and that had sentimental value. I reported it and actually had it recovered by police. That's crazy. How long did it take for your iPod to get recovered? I want to say I have both of my original, well, I for sure have my OG. I think I have my first 2 iPods. And then I have my very first ever iPhone. It was either the 2007 or 2008 phone that looks kind of like an ice cream sandwich. This dude has like some smoke jumper pants on, and he's just reading a newspaper. Oh, and he didn't even wait for the light to turn green. He's a Rolling Stone, this guy right here. listening to royalty-free music too. It's a little slow, but it's free. I am playing in a pickleball tournament tomorrow. It's the first time that I've ever been. It's a new place that I'm playing. So that's going to be a little daunting. Oh, look at this dude is just taking a nap right here on the sidewalk. Perfect. Oh, is he drinking too? Oh, he's breakdancing now. Did this dude get abducted and they just dropped him off from the spaceship? He might be taking advantage of the free, legal mushrooms here in Denver. As you can see, no one's really trying to party with him. He's just having a one-man party here. I like this place right here, Zanzibar. They have a bunch of purple pool tables in there. But they were purple and they might be red. I think they're purple. It's 11 p.m. I thought there'd be more people than this out. It's Friday night. There's like a bacon wrapped hot dog vendor for every single person that's out here. Standby News. What up, bro? What up, Jeremy? What up, Jeremy? What up, Aquanet, Texas Man in Black, Ellie, Sonia, Sama, Jeremy, you go back to LA. Yeah, I'm gonna be back there twice before the end of the year. And the end of the year is like a month and a half away. ENC777, you rock, bro. Loving this. Thank you, man. Never mind, I just really been busy. Jeremy, you ready for winter? I'm ready. Just got out all my boots. I know where the snow shovel is. I need to get out my my slushy flavors so I can make some snow slushy. Standby News, how's the little boy? That's a good question. How's the little guy doing? End of the year, a month and a half away. Yeah, that is crazy. This year went by so fast. The Gulf beaches are so much nicer than the Atlantic. I assume you will enjoy the ocean. I like the Florida beaches. Florida gets a bad rap, but if you know where to go, you can make it look really, really awesome. Look at this Tesla dude just all over the lanes. You're in my Denver. Thank you for allowing me to hang out in Denver. This is Larimer Square right here, where you can always find tons of pedicabs. Maybe I should take us over by the water. Man, I should have been charging my gimbal this whole time. I'll start charging it right now. What the heck? Whoa, the biker crew right there. Man, that's upsetting that John's car got broken into. That's one of the crazy things. Like, the e-bikes are really, the frame is pretty light, but the battery itself is really heavy. So whenever you're putting an e-bike back into your own car, you take the battery off. And the battery is probably, like, my e-bike was around $5,000. The battery was over $2,000 just for the battery. And so, I don't know, maybe they're gonna sell that battery just on its own, and then they could sell, man, that's so sad. $5,000 is like a used car. I love Key Beach and Anna Maria Island. Nice. What's everybody up to? I'm cruising Denver, smelling some bacon-wrapped hot dogs. I think I'm going to take us up here and try to find a parking spot and maybe walk us down by the water, which can get a little sketchy at night, but I think it should be okay. We'll find out. I ate a chicken sandwich about an hour ago, and I'm still feeling fine from that chicken Sammy. I'm partying on Jeremy's live. Looking forward to every Friday night. Once it snows, I will definitely still cruise once it snows, but I have a couple ideas for some home streams. I think that the home stream stuff is pretty dialed in. There's several points of improvement that I could do, but I think I'm gonna try to park right here. Hold on. I missed the automatic parking feature. Yeah, this is gonna be good enough. Jeremy, go, bro. Red team, go. All right, hopefully you guys have my back. We're gonna go down by the water. If it gets sketchy, tell me to look behind me. Jeremy, I hear 2 sets of footsteps. No. Yeah, that looks right. All right, let's go give this a try. Run, Forrest. Run like the wind. She's like the wind. Ooh, the sky is dark blue instead of black. Sick ass necklaces right here. Fuck yeah. Let's go. You
cross here, right? This is the bridge.
Yeah, you can cross over that way.
Cross here. Sorry, brother. We feeling good after this game.
Yeah, buddy. Right through here.
Right.
Right through here.
And then we cross the bridge. Just getting over it. Dog. That's where we need to be at. Thank you, my dog.
Have a good one. Those dudes smelled like they drank over $60 worth of alcohol at the Nuggets game. They had the big gold rope dookie chain necklaces on. Oh, they're underneath this now. They're right here. Can you see them? They're down further down on the path. They're right here. Okay, one live stream. I started it. It was with Linda. We started right here. This is REI Co-op since 1938. I think that used to be the power, like Denver Power Station or something like that. Big historic building. I'm going to try to scale down this. Pray for me. This looks a little sketchy. Oh, and I don't want to twist my ankle right before the pickleball tournament tomorrow. Oh, we made it. Okay, now we're on the sandy bank right here. Linda was like, I don't want it to start getting cold. I was like, baby, when it starts getting cold, that's when all the spiders die. She's like, ooh, I like that. So that's how I got her to like winter time. Like, oh, you don't want all the spiders to die? Okay. It's up to you. Jeremy, this looks like a great place to smoke some blunts. I like where your head's at. Look, there's people on the path right here. If I was younger, I would live in this building right here. This is a residential, it looks like Nakatomi Plaza kind of. Here's the moon, and then the weird little alien moon on the side of it. And then this is me just walking way too close to the water right here. Like I'm basically in the water right now. Woo! This is what it looks like if you're a rainbow trout looking up. Tiger muskie. Jeremy, how did you and Linda do at the tournament? We did not do well at the last tournament. That was Linda's first tournament, and I told her to keep her expectations low. My first tournament, I didn't do very well. We wanted to do better than we did. We had the will, we just didn't have the way. And it turns out the way is pretty important. We had the will, though. Speaking of Will, what about Will Smith on the Dodgers? He pretty much saved that for them. Well, I don't know. The pitcher did a good job too. This big, beautiful building here is a big residential building. You can see it from the main highway, I-25. And they changed the colors of this. This is where you can see the grunion running. Sorry to hear that, Jeremy. Hope this one goes better. So the tournament that I'm playing in tomorrow is with a friend of mine. His name is Matt. I think, well, I don't want to say that we have a good chance because we're playing in a bracket that we're not supposed to be in. So something that a lot of people do, they play up, which means they play people that are better than they are. That's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So if for some reason we don't do very well, it's kind of okay because we're playing people that are better than we are on paper. I wanted to take you over there, but I don't think we can get up on that side. I think the only way to get over there is through this little area. And I don't want to get back in the water. Yeah, so this little path that I'm on right here, This runs for a very long time. You can continue down this all the way toward Cherry Creek. If you cross underneath here, that's where Elitch Gardens is, the amusement park. And then right behind that is Ball Arena, where the NBA team plays. And then behind that is Empower Field, where the Broncos play. But I found out that I play better in tournaments when I'm very relaxed and try not to think about that it has a lot of meaning. So yeah, I'm just going to try to stay very loose and just do the best I can. Low expectations. And I also got this new hydration powder. It's called LMNT. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that. Element, LMNT. It's like a super hydrating, it's a powder that you add to water. Doesn't taste great, doesn't taste horrible. I've heard people say that it tastes good. It doesn't, but it's not bad. I don't think Gatorade tastes good though. Like, I'm drinking Gatorade because of what it does, not because of how it tastes. This is one rock right here. One solid rock. I think this is a duck. If you watch YouTube, you've heard of LMNT. It hasn't shown up in my algorithm, but I've heard a lot of people say that there's one that Linda drinks. The flavor is Bomb Pop. I can't think of what the name brand is, but they sell it at Costco. That's, if you want to get on Linda's radar, then sell your product at Costco. She'll hear about it. It's I can't think of what it's called. It's, I don't know. I can't drink Gatorade. I like Propel water. Propel's okay. This one this LMNT, it has a ton of sodium. And I don't know. Maybe it's the placebo. Oh, here's the Denver fire truck right here. The white one. Well, they're all white, but I think they are. The ones up north from here are like raspberry colored. Dark raspberry rouge. Thanks for taking us to the water. You're welcome. That was cold. And usually the mosquitoes like my cologne, but they didn't tonight because it's too cold. Spiders and mosquitoes both don't like the cold. Has my microphone been off for like hours now? Can you hear me? I got back in the car and it started doing the Bluetooth swap over thing. Can you guys hear me? Please put a number 1 in the... Oh, you can hear me? Okay, good. Was it just that 1 second when I got in the car that it did that? That scared me. I got in the car and the microphone symbol was turned off. It's like, oh my God, was I just talking to myself for the last hour? Which has happened before. Lighthouse 5299. Audio is fine, -1. Okay, good. Just when you got in the car. Okay, good. I'm so glad Jeremy's in Colorado. I reminisce about being there. This is a very fun time to be in this city. I like seeing the colors change. And it's such an easy... I don't know if everybody feels like it's an easy city, but after I've been in New York and LA, it feels like such a layup. Linda said it's not a real city. She said it's like a little mini city. I was in New Orleans at the beginning of the year. I was in Seattle for a little bit. I've been back to LA. I was in New York for a little bit. Denver is just kind of a sweet spot for me personally. It's just got a lot of things going on that I like. And it's not too expensive. It's definitely not cheap, but it's not crazy expensive. Jaywalker 303, what up? I caught Linda listening to the band 303. I mean, what can I say? You know what? We might take one more adventure outside of the car. This is... I don't remember the name of the hotel. This has some very risque stuff happening inside and outside. See if you can see the name. 1612 Hotel. Rude. Oh, they're taking a picture of Union Station. This is just such a easy place to park, go in. Like, there's so many restaurants that you can go in and just sit right down. There's not a lot of line waiting. I have a friend that's a bouncer in LA. And he used to invite Linda and I to come out to these clubs. And we would come to the club and I'm like, oh, there's a huge line out front. And he's like, oh, just come to the door. I'll meet you at the door and bring you in. And then we would get inside and nobody was inside. And I was like, wait, why are you making everybody stay out front? Like, why are we the only ones in here? And he's like, oh, the club owners like there to be a big line. Because then when people drive by, they're like, oh, that must be a good place. Look at the line. And then that is what I learned about LA. Like, they want to make you think that it's better than it is. Like, that's probably obvious, but they want you to wait in line out front. They want you to stay out there. Like, you're part of their advertising strategy when you're out there. All right, I'm going to try to come over here and see if I can find a place to park. America has too many train stations named Union Station. That's true. We have 420 people in the room. That's kind of a lot for me for a Friday night. 420. Happy 420 to everybody. 429 now. You're spoiling me. Thank you to everybody that hung out with us for Halloween. And everybody that's been chilling with us tonight. I've been live for a little over 2 hours. This is kind of where I want to park. There was a spot right there, but I think we can get a little closer. The one thing I can say that I do like about this new app is that it's keeping the signal. The last one, it used to buffer and then just completely drop the signal. This one, if it does have buffering issues, it'll pause it and then let you resume, so you don't have to actually end the stream and start it back up. There were a couple times in the last few months where I had to restart the stream completely because of buffering issues. How do you make money when everyone is outside? When everyone is outside, probably selling bacon wrapped glizzies. The best way. You and Linda are worth it, bro. Man in Black. That's a W comment. Thank you so much. I think last time I parked here, I parked illegally on the other side of the street right here. Which is looking like I want to do again. I'm stuck on you. Got a feeling down deep in my soul. Ooh, parking spot for me. Yes, 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 yes. Oh. All right, this will be good enough. Let's hope that my gimbal has a little bit more life in it. Okay. Lego. Happy birthday, Bopik. That's a cool name. Shout out to Bopik. Happy birthday. There's a place right here called Central. 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 And then the big fancy Whole Foods. This is on the other side of Union Square. Or Union Station. I used to watch a cartoon called Strawberry Square. Does anybody remember that? It was like a PBS show in the Midwest. Strawberry Square. I'm thinking that they went down in this. See, look. You can go down these escalators. And this is how you get, see the screen? This is how you get over to Union Station underground. So maybe there's like an incident down in the train area. I haven't tried this place yet. Blazing Bird. There's all kinds of like Nashville hot chicken places. Rotisserie hot chicken wings and smash burgers. That's another thing. There's a business called Smash Burger, and they started getting big. And now places like Sonic, like if you go on to Sonic mobile menu right now, their burger's called Smash Burger. I'm surprised people didn't start calling it Umame Burger. That was big in LA for a while. When you're in Hawaii and something's good, they call it umame. They smack their lips and they go, "Oh, umame, brother." Has anybody ever seen the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Jason Segel and Russell Brand. There's a scene there. It's Jason Segel and Paul Rudd. They're in the ocean, And they're just sitting there kind of like straddling their boards waiting for the waves. And Paul Rudd's like, yeah, I stopped wearing a watch as soon as I moved to Hawaii. And Jason Segel goes, God, man, that's just so cool. And Paul Rudd goes, yeah, man, it's like the time is just right there on my phone. I don't even need a watch anymore. He thought he was saying that he didn't wear a watch because he didn't like care about time like that anymore. Yeah, man, the time's just like right there on my phone. I don't even need a watch. Hate those fake dating apps. Oh, that's what it said on the side. That's all I had time to read. That's the free bus that goes up and down 16th Street Mall. That's the one we were on earlier. All right, this is where I wanted to take you. Let me get wider. This is this big sail-looking thing down here. Look how massive these bolts are. This is my wallet for comparison. Huge. We walked to the top of this a couple months ago, and they had some nice like Christmas lighting and I think some manicured bushes, and then also like some scary people hiding in the bushes. We'll see what it's got tonight. Here are the lights. Okay, so here's what it looks like on top. Get a good view of the train tracks, the bus. This is where the bus is. Probably clean up and kick everybody off. Somebody crawled out here to tag this. Pony Boy, Blessed Out Manic, and Pesca. That's what I'm gonna guess. And then this is the top. This thing, when I'm driving this direction, you look up and you just see this big sail looking thing. And then at one point they had all these really nice flowers. Yellow, purple. Nice places to sit. I bet people come up here and eat their lunch. And then a really nice view down the street right here. Ooh, I'm gonna try out my 15 time zoom. Here we go. This is 15 time. I'm trying to keep it still, but it's like every little micro movement. That purple building at the very end, that's the Mint. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna walk out of here. I won't be stuck up on top. Thank you to Frank's lopsided door handles. I love you. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Frank's lopsided door handles. I love you back. One of the things I like about being out at night is that every once in a while you can just stumble upon a block like this where you're the only one up. Feels like I Am Legend with Will Smith. We're the only ones in this area right here. In 2020, they told everybody to stay home unless you were media. And so I got to drive around LA when nobody was around. And the footage was kind of creepy. I'm just used to seeing all of these different areas of LA being super crowded no matter what time it is. This is the security guard chilling right here. He's checking his TikTok videos. Actually, he might be watching the stream. What up, bro? Thank you for the support. Someone's got a dark blue Tesla right here. Some very smooth stones to sit on if you're needing that, right? Her. And then this is Linda's spaceship with the big visor wrap headlight around the front. It's just one continuous headlight. Kind of looks like a Cybertruck. This is our chariot for the night. It might take over the audio when I get in here again. We'll see. I'll switch it back if it does. Okay, so now I learned how to do it. I just have to, it tries to take the audio from me and then I have to go on to the settings and then switch it right back. So that's good. At least I have a workaround. So this is where we just were. This is this big fin looking thing right here. And this dude's legs didn't see any sun. Whoa. I thought he had on white leggings. That's what my legs look like right now. Ghost white. All right, here's where we just were, this big sail looking thing. This girl's on rollerblades. I'm not going to be live too much longer, probably another 20 minutes or so. I am going to be out later on tonight. So this is Friday night. I'll be out for Saturday night as well. Ooh, let's come over here. It just feels like all these little pockets are just super empty. Let's explore over here. Museum of Contemporary Art. Mocha. Oh, we're actually close. Oh, I'm gonna try to flash this guy. Here we go. I'm flashing him. I'm flashing him. I'm flashing him. Oh, and he turned them on. Yes. Mark it, dude. It's like number 600 that we've gotten them to turn their lights on. I'm sorry, Donnie. This is bowling. This is not Nam. There are rules. Mark it 0. Donnie, you're entering a world of pain. A what? A world of pain. Have you ever heard of Vietnam? Over the line. I'm sorry, Donnie. This is not Nam. There are rules. Market 0. Oh, let's go. Oh, we made it. I was looking, so there's a trip I'm going to take soon, and I was looking at the rates to see how Thanksgiving weekend affected this trip, and everything doubled. The rental car doubled, the hotels were doubled, everything was doubled, and it just made me think, like, I don't know why people celebrate the holidays on the holidays. I like to celebrate a holiday 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after. Think about if you could convince your wife to do Valentine's Day February 1st. The chocolate and the roses will be so cheap. Just redesignate every holiday and eat more chocolate, smell more roses. 10 plus points for Jeremy. I'll take it. I wish we could all donate somewhere to help pay the traffic controllers. To help pay the traffic controllers? Who's that? Oh, the air traffic controllers? I'm sure if you email them, they'll send you a Venmo QR code. They're like, right here. This is where we'd like it. I think this area is called Lower Highland. Ooh, look at this big church right here. Whoa. Here, I'm gonna flash the brights. The brights don't do a whole lot. This looks haunted. The fox and the hen? I don't know what that is. This is a purple, lower part of this building is purple like Barney the dinosaur. Wow. And this is why they won't let you paint your house any color if you live in a controlled neighborhood. What is that called? The HOA? Like what do they actually do with all that money? Like, besides enforcing that your neighbor doesn't paint their house some like fluorescent color, what other things are they doing? They're not helping you scoop your sidewalk. I like this part of town. That place is called Ballyho. Why is it so empty over here? Crazy, I grew up in this neighborhood. Jay, what should I check out over here? It used to be like old houses. Now it's a bunch of contemporary houses scattered in. I like this part of town because it's up on the hill that looks out over downtown. So really, really cool downtown views. Almost kind of feels like Boulder right here. Good night, Wendy Cookie Worm. Have a good night. What up, Sonia? What up, Donald? Steven? Timacu. Let me take us back towards civilization. Crazy how fast everybody got their Halloween decorations down. Oh, there was a little kitty underneath that car. Let me see if I can reverse and fucking see it. Stay out of my wheels, kitty. Kitty? It was underneath that white car on the left. And I don't see it. It's okay. Psst, 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 psst. Outside cats know when to hide. Kind of like a possum knows when to play dead. I don't know why my wipers keep doing that. It keeps dry wiping every once in a while. I'm a little lost. Timacu, hello Jeremy, what up? Nice neighborhood. Yeah, this is a nice neighborhood. This is on 32nd and Tejon. Tejon, Tejon. Oh, I know where we are. Yeah, like if I were to take a left at any of these spots, we would see a really nice downtown view. But right ahead of me, this is like a little milk. See that gray looking thing? That's an ice cream parlor. And there used to be a mortuary. See this spot on the left? This area is called Lower Highland. This used to be a mortuary called Linger. Or the bar now is called Linger. It used to be a funeral spot. Now it's a bar. But this is a very classy neighborhood. And then if you look in the distance, views of downtown. Really, really pretty. Oh, wow. Really pretty views. That thing in front of us is that sail looking thing that we just were climbing on. Linda's car is silent. It doesn't make any noise, but it does do this little whisper, like a little whistle. Take us this way. And that's a nice bridge that crosses I-25, the main highway. Funny how Jeremy knows all the bars. I went and met this is before I moved back. I went and met up with some friends there. And whenever I do go out like that, it's just so fun for me because I never do that. It feels like I'm living somebody else's life or something. Linda and I are very conservative with our money. And if I am going to get a drink, I'll get like a hot apple cider with a cinnamon stick to stir it. Or sometimes I'll get like a vanilla root beer. This is an area of town that I used to avoid because we used to buffer a lot over here. But this is right over by the aquarium. And Linda had some family in town about a month ago. And we went to the aquarium. Really fun. They have otters there, sharks. They have 2 tigers. And we were just like plexiglass away from being face to face with these tigers. It was amazing. Linda took this picture that looked like it was taken on a $20,000 camera. It's like this perfect picture. I told her she should email it to the aquarium and see if they want to use it on a pamphlet or something. Perfect shot. And I think if we continue forward, we're going to be on the other side of that waterway that I was on earlier. So I think this is the parking for REI here on the right. Yeah. And so people park over here to go to the Bronco games. And then there are kind of underground places to go, and then this is residential apartments over here, right by the South Platte River. Big old bike sculpture right here. Yeah, this is kind of nice. With the old app, I used to buffer through here. I remember being really stressed out, apologizing, like, don't leave. I'm turning around. We're gonna have to turn around here anyway. Oh, actually, this gate wasn't even open last time I was here. So hopefully we don't get trapped inside. This is my first time ever going this deep in here. Why is it so empty? Why aren't any creatures stirring tonight? That's when the freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. This is dark. This is right on the other side of the railroad tracks. I bet they have some nice views though. The freaks come out. That's when the freaks come out. Another delay with GTA 6. Oh, I know. That was devastating this morning. I have a bunch of people that keep me up on all the GTA news, and I got a message early this morning and it said it's been pushed back. And I was like, no, I don't believe that. I'm going to have to check several sources. And then my friend was like, no, dude, they put it on X. And I was like, oh, X doesn't mean anything. Come on. It's probably a hoax. And then I checked it myself and it said GTA 6 delayed until mid-November of next year. So another full calendar year. When Linda and I were dating, the GTA 5 came out. And I said to her, I was like, I know our relationship is new, care about you a lot, but I need to take a week off and play this game. She's like, why? I was like, I've been waiting years for this game to come out. Years. I think at that point it was like 5 years between GTA 4 and 5. And I was like, look, I just need to stick my head underwater for a week and do nothing but just play this game. Is that going to be okay? And she approved it. And then I knew, I was like, this is a keeper right here. If she's going to let me take a week off of everything just to play GTA, this might be a lifetime relationship. Decade later, I was right. This area, I used to hang out with my friends over in here. There was a coffee shop called Paris on the Platte. And we used to buy single cloves. So they used to sell single cigarettes and single cloves. And I think it was like a quarter a cigarette, something like that, or a quarter a clove. And I used to smoke a clove and then just get so sick. It used to make me unbelievably sick. Okay, this is the Denver skate park. It's closed, but I'm still gonna show you that a couple of people are out over here. We still have people chilling. It's a nice park. I think at midnight they turn the lights off. I rode my e-bike on a stream over here a couple months ago. When I came back to park and load everything up, there were two cops walking through here with their flashlights out. And I was like, oh, what's up? Is there like a crime that got committed over here and you guys are looking for evidence? And they're like, no, we have to sweep this every night after the lights go off. So it is 11. It is 11:57, so the lights are going to go off in 3 minutes. That's it for me tonight. I'm going to go back and get a little bit of sleep. I'm playing in this pickleball thing tomorrow. I will be out tomorrow night. So if we didn't see what you were looking for tonight, maybe you'll have better luck tomorrow. Thank you so much to my mods for holding it down. Waves of the World, 24 months. Thank you so much for Waves. Thank you so much, Ellie, for the gifted subs, keeping me safe tonight. Thank you, Zach and Dev. Thank you so much for all the memberships. Thank you, Lighthouse, Blue Malibu, Sonia, East Van Bob, Jack and Neve. Thank you, Jeremy. Neve sent you an email. I will try to check that. Most likely it'll be after the weekend. I'll be busy tomorrow morning with this pickleball thing. Jaywalker 303, great to see you, bro. Mike Hawk, good to see you. T. Lucero, Steven, Ellie, Rocky Mountain High, that's an awesome name. Thank you to everybody. This community means everything to me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for making it a chill night. Please leave comments after the stream. I would appreciate that. And then please come back tomorrow night. We can hang out again. Hope you have a great night. Hope you do something fun. Watch some comedy. And I'll see you soon. Good night. Mwah.